in the Canaanite religion. Remember, Leviticus 18:3, after the doings of the land of Egypt wherein ye dwell shall ye not do, and after the doings of the land of Canaan, whither I bring you, shall ye not do, neither shall ye walk in their ordinances. So we're not supposed to be keeping this Easter day, doing the Easter egg hunting and shit. But back to the definite, back to the blue letter, it says, false goddess in the Canaanite religion, usually related to fertility cult, which means that she was a fertility goddess. Alright, so the brother gonna bring it out, the article, that what the bunny symbolizes. The bunny symbolizes fertility. You know? She was the fertility goddess. The spring is a time when everything grows again. So she represented, the reason they celebrating this Easter is to represent the spring coming in, and they worshiping the fertility goddess, which is, this is supposed to be her time because everything starts to grow again. They call this bitch Mother Nature too. That's when they say Mother Nature, they talking about this bitch. Okay, this fake false goddess. Okay, but go ahead out, you got it.
Okay, this is another article from this is from angelfire.com. As you can see, they got the false image of the Lord up here, Cicero Borgia, above a cross, and then they got the bunny, and then the Easter eggs painted with the chicken, whatever you want to call it, and then the Easter egg basket. So we're gonna go down to we're gonna start right here where it says Easter symbols and traditions again seem to be a blending of pagan and Christian symbology, and that's what it is. It is a bunch of paganism, idol worshiping. It has nothing to do with the scriptures. Most High never intended for us to be keeping Easter and the egg hunts and stuff, like the brother said earlier. Go ahead.
I got a scripture, you know, if I can bring this out real quick.
Go ahead.
This is Exodus chapter 20, verse 1. It says, and Yahweh spake all these words, saying, I'm the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven images or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. When you go do this Easter egg ceremony, paint the eggs with your children, and you're serving the fucking goddess, it's Asheroth, the false goddess, the Canaanite goddess. Alright, it says, thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, to the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. Alright, so yeah.
So we're gonna go to the article.
Yeah, that's it.
Alright, say Easter symbols and traditions again seem to be a blending of pagan and Christian symbology. So like what the brother just read in Exodus chapter 20 is that we weren't supposed to have put no other gods before the Most High. We wasn't supposed to bow down and worship their gods or set up any images or any likeness that's in heaven or earth and worship them. So when you got the bunny and the eggs, what else? Hot cross buns, anything to do with this pagan holiday, you worshiping these other gods. So the Most High is continually angry with our people. All right. So it say the egg and hair bunny was symbols of Ashtaroth, representing fertility. That's where you get the bunny from. That's where you get the bunny from. And then you got the bunny laying eggs. But when has a bunny laid eggs? It say in new life in the spring. So like the brothers mentioned earlier, springtime represents new life. That's where everything starts springing back up right after winter time. It says since ancient times. Go ahead.
No, I just said winter. Go ahead.
Okay. Since ancient times, many cultures have associated eggs with the universe. They've been dyed, decorated, and painted by the Romans, Gauls, Persians, and the Chinese. They were used in ancient spring festivals to represent the rebirth of life. Dyed eggs also form part of the rituals of the Babylonian mystery religions and in Egypt. They were hung in temples as symbol of regenerated life. So that goes back to the Canaanites of Ashtaroth. Go back to the Canaanite goddess, which goes back to Egyptian custom. It said as Christianity took hold, the egg began to symbolize the rebirth of man rather than nature. A Polish folk tale tells of the Virgin Mary giving eggs to soldiers at the cross while she pleaded with them to be merciful. As I don't know why this keep popping up. Okay, as her tears dropped, they spattered droplets on the eggs, mottling them with a myriad of colors. Christians of the Near East used the egg to symbolize the tomb from which Jesus broke forth. They were often colored red to represent the blood of Christ. The Eastern tradition of rolling eggs is said to symbolize the rolling away of the rock from Jesus' tomb. And if I ain't mistaken, a lot of these so-called Christians of these churches do that little tradition of rolling the egg. Says the bunny as an Easter symbol seems to have its origins in Germany, where it was first mentioned. Go ahead.
My bad, man. I gotta bring this out, man. Romans chapter 1.
Go ahead, bring it up.
Talking about that symbolized the rolling away of the stone and all that. Yeah, the scriptures say, hold on. It's Romans chapter 1, verse 22. It says, professing themselves to be wise, they became fools and changed the glory of the uncorruptible God into an image made like unto corruptible man, and to birds and four-footed beasts and creeping things. Wherefore God also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves. Verse 25, this is the point. Who changed the truth of God into a lie, and worship and serve the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. But it says, who changed the truth into a lie, man? That's basically what they doing. You know, they took all these damn pagan shits and tried to mix it with the Bible, and then now they trying to sell it to people like it's, oh, well, we're going to change this. You know, we're going to make the Easter bunny and the egg going to represent the cross and all this old bullshit, man. That's bullshit. But yeah, go ahead, my bad. Go ahead.
That's good. It say, the bunny as an Easter symbol seems to have its origins in Germany. Alright. Where it was first mentioned in German writings in the 1500s. In many parts of Germany, the people believed the Easter bunny laid red eggs on Holy Thursday and multicolored eggs the night before Easter Sunday. That's where the first edible Easter bunnies were made, from pastry and sugar. When German settlers came to Pennsylvania Dutch country in the 1700s, they brought the custom with them. The children believed that if they were good, the Oxterhalls would lay a nest of colored eggs. So this that whole custom of the Easter bunny was brought over here by a bunch of German settlers back in the 1700s. They brought that custom with them, and nowhere in the scriptures where where the Most High commanded the children of Israel to keep the custom of the other nations. Okay. Let me jump down to the hot cross buns. Say hot cross buns. At the feast of Easter, the Saxon fertility goddess, an ox was sacrificed. The ox's horns became a symbol for the feast. They were carved into the ritual bread. Thus originated hot cross buns. The word buns is derived from the Saxon word boin, which means sacred ox. Later, the symbol of a symmetrical cross was used to decorate the buns. The cross represented the moon, the heavenly body associated with the goddess in its 4 quarters. Still later, the cross was symbolic of the cross of the crucifixion. So they also introduced the hot cross buns into this pagan holiday. And I'm gonna bring out a scripture where our women was making these hot cross buns back in the ancient days. This is Jeremiah chapter 7 verses 18. I'm gonna start at 17. It says, "Seest thou not what they do in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem? The children gather wood, and the fathers kindle the fire, and the women knead their dough to make cakes to the Queen of Heaven, and to pour out drink offerings unto other gods, that they may provoke me to anger." So back in the ancient days, the women were making cakes to the Queen of Heaven, which is Ashtaroth, wherever you want to call it, Ishtar, or you know what I'm saying, where you get Easter from. So these cakes represent the hot cross buns that they make today around this Easter holiday that they don't supposed to be keeping. Okay, so that's pretty much it on that black article. So we're gonna read this second article. This second article is titled, "Where did the Easter Bunny come from?" Christians will celebrate Easter this Sunday to observe when Jesus Christ resurrected from the dead. Yet along with the sacred observance will come a more secular American tradition where many children will leave out baskets with the playful expectation that the Easter Bunny will come. Okay, so this whole Easter Bunny thing was brought in for the children, like read earlier, how they, you know what I'm saying, they put into these children's minds, you know what I'm saying, with the Easter egg bunny, the colorful eggs and all that. So around this time, children will start remembering that, and they'll want to be all excited, you know what I'm saying, to get the basket, to buy candy, get eggs and all that. According to popular lore, it is the Easter Bunny who provides goodies, usually chocolate, candy, or ornate eggs, to children who leave their baskets out the night before. Many candy companies have taken advantage of the popular tradition and offer Easter Bunny themed candy for that part of the year. However, where did this tradition of a bunny that gave out eggs come from? Now when I continue to read this article, it's going to match up with the other article that I just read before this. According to the History Channel's website, the precise origins of this non-biblical Easter figure are unclear, but may have roots in German immigrant communities of the 18th century. According to some sources, the Easter Bunny first arrived in America in the 1700s with German immigrants who settled in Pennsylvania and transported their tradition of an egg-laying hare called Osterhase or Osterhase, reads an entry on its site. Eventually, the custom spread across the U.S., and the fabled rabbit's Easter morning deliveries expanded to include chocolate and other types of candies and gifts while decorated baskets replaced nests. Additionally, children often left out carrots for the bunny in case he got hungry from all his